Hello, welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the weekly general reading for Taurus, and this is going to be for February 15th to the 21st. So let's get right into it. My regulars already know I'm going to pull out 3 love oracles, 3 animal spirits, and then we're going to get right into your forecast. For those of you, I'm letting everyone know, for those of you who want to interact a little bit more with my channel, want to get more access to perks or access to members only videos such as the weekly love outlook, or you want to get a shout out on my videos, have early access to my videos, all of that is in the membership section. I can't say that. Membership section of my channel, so do go check that out. All of my regular content will still be the way it normally is. And so to that end, let's get right into it. Taurus, I'm gonna pull out your 3 love cards for the week, and then we'll get your animal spirits out. Show me what's going on for my lovely Taurus. Passion, cassette, and paradise. Well, passion and paradise are pretty self-explanatory, right? Passion, of course, talks about having incredible chemistry with somebody, physicality, right? Sexually attracted, right? And paradise is, of course, happiness, joy, playfulness, really enjoying your time. Now, cassette is an interesting love oracle card. It really talks about having an outdated way of thinking, an outdated mode, or an outdated idea of relationships. It can also be a feeling of replaying events over and over in your head to try to figure out what went wrong, or even to reminisce, right? Whether it's for good or for bad, it's kind of like, you know, replaying it over and over, right? It's a very interesting love oracle card. We're going to see how it actually affects your week once we pull out your cards, Taurus. So let's go ahead and get your animal spirits out. All right. First spirit, oh, the zebra. I love this animal spirit. Of course, it's a fire elemental. We have the raccoon, earth energy, and we have the hummingbird. Well, the hummingbird just came out for Aries, and of course, cross watchers, you'll see that. Hummingbird, it looks to me like the hummingbird is making a regular appearance again on my readings. For a little while, she did go away, but she's back, my lovely hummingbird. All right, let's get right into it. The zebra is, of course, a fire elemental as seen by the alchemical symbol for fire at the top of the card. The zebra is a quirky animal spirit, right? Very eccentric, right? You can see the prism of the multicolored prism located at the third eye. This shows an extremely high level of creativity and eccentricity, right? This is a beautiful animal spirit in the sense that, you know, they love to be part of a group. They love to work with others, and they bring a sense of flair and panache and creativity to any sort of endeavor. You know, whenever you need an infusion of something, you know, is something creative or something new, right? Something exciting. It is the zebra that we look for. Now, the raccoon is an earth energy elemental. And the raccoon is associated with being very shy and keeping to the shadows, right? But they are extremely talented. Raccoons are the totem animal for musicians and anyone who can really work very well with their hands. Raccoons in general and in the wild have this incredible ability to take anything and turn it into a tool or make it useful. But again, they are very shy and very, I wouldn't necessarily say insecure, but certainly shy, right? And very much wanting to stick to the shadows. They don't like to have a whole lot of attention on them, yet they are so gifted and talented. And so individuals like this, oftentimes, you'll know a person like this because this is going to be the friend that you're constantly telling them, why don't you show everybody what you can do? And they're always going to be the one saying, no, I don't want, I don't feel right. You know what I mean? But very, very sweet, very hardworking, and a very gifted animal spirit. Now, the hummingbird, as I said in Aries reading, the hummingbird is generally a major player in my readings, always showing up Hummingbird is, of course, air energy and associated with being spiritually resourceful. This is someone who resonates with the hummingbird spirit is someone who always knows where to get sort of what you need, right? They know what you need and they know where to get it. And I'm not just talking about like physical things. I'm talking about things that we may need to heal or to feel better. You know, it's spiritually resourceful. So somebody who resonates with this is somebody who knows you know, how to help you build up your spirit, or how to reinvigorate you, or how to help you over a difficult time, and what is really needed in that time. They're very, very hardworking, and they're extremely enthusiastic. I'm going to say anybody who has a friend, you know, who resonates with hummingbird energy is very, very lucky. This is the friend who's going to come over and help you through anything, right? And they're actually going to have decent advice for you. They're not just going to sit there and be like, yeah, you know, and just agree. Or they're not just going to sit there and look at you like as if you're a pathetic, wounded animal. You know, they come through. They really empathize, they come through, and they really help, you know. All right, guys, let's get into your spread for the week, Taurus. Oh, cards are jumpy. Hang on. A bunch of cards fell down. All right, let's get right into it. Taurus, February 15th, 21st. Show me what's going on. Show me. Now we're going to pull out 3 forecasts for the week. They are intended to be separate forecasts from each other, and so of course you may only resonate with one of them or a portion of one, and that's fine. Let's move this up so we can be ready for our cards a little bit. There we go. All right, guys. So, Taurus, let's get right into it. Straight out, you have 4 of Cups, 3 of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. Some of you are coming into this week with 4 of Cups energy, and it's a feeling of saying, you know what, everybody leave me alone. You know, it's this feeling of, I don't want it. You know, somebody's handing you a cup of love, and you're not there for it necessarily. 4 of Cups is such an interesting card to me because it really can be interpreted a lot of different ways. But I think in this case, there's someone who's offering you a cup of love and you just don't buy it. You know, you just don't buy it. You don't believe them. You're like, listen, you know, if all you're going to do is say some pretty words to me without showing me in action, you know, what you can actually offer me, I'm not interested. Your cup looks just like all the other cups I've seen. I've been there, done that. I'm already emotionally stable right now, and I really just don't need anybody coming in and destabilizing me right now, you know, especially somebody who comes and really just is offering an empty cup. You know what I mean? You can see in a page of cups that he offers a cup with a fish in it. You know, he's offering life, enriched life. Here it's just an empty cup. And so this is really the essence there sometimes. It's that feeling of like, well, you know, I just don't know. I just don't know what you're, you know, offering me. I don't know if I should even bother, you know. I've just been through so much, right? And this is oftentimes somebody who's already been through quite a few cups, quite a few relationships that on paper looked great. You know, they were sold, but then later on, it just turned out to be not what the person sort of expected it to be. Coming into this week, you have a 3 of Wands, and that's a real feeling of having to slow down and wait. So somewhere in your life, there is a feeling of you really desiring to move forward, but yet life is forcing you to sort of slow down and wait. I'm going to say this has a lot to do with you sort of manifesting your ultimate goal and passion for your life. You have a vision, Taurus. You absolutely have a vision, but right now it's like, you know, everything is ground to a certain degree a little bit to a halt. 3 of Wands can feel very, very frustrating because a lot of times you're raring to go, but you just have to wait until you know what the next step is. You know, take a look at the lay of the land so that you really know what your best move is. You round your week off with 8 of Pentacles, which is a feeling of, listen, if I can't move forward with my vision the way I want to, I'm going to knuckle down at work. And so this is what some of you do. You realize that there's nothing you can do right now towards a particular objective. And so what do? You just you get busy working, right? You get busy working on the finances, the career, the business, or what have you. You get busy simply, and if you're not, I mean, and I'm not saying that you're not already busy, but I'm saying that you just, you know, you get your head down and you get your nose to the grindstone. You just keep working away at it. I'm going to say these are, of course, connected. Your vision for your future is, of course, connected to the work you're doing, but sometimes there's different steps along the way that we just can't fulfill, and all we have is the actual labor, right? Just getting the labor done, just getting the work done. And some of you Taurus are absolutely doing that this week. It's almost a feeling of hummingbird energy in the sense that the hummingbird is very, very hardworking, right? And, you know, although the hummingbird is extremely spiritually resourceful, it is also, in terms of the physicality, is able to sort of keep going and keep going and keep going, right? Until it gets to its next flower, etc., to get the nectar out. You know, that's what the hummingbird does. It's the same thing here. It's almost like you realize you're going to just have to keep working away until you get to the sort of next stage or the next real progressive step towards your objective. In the meantime, in the meantime, you're not having any of this relationship. Justice, Queen of Swords, and Two of Swords. Well, Justice showed up in the same position for the Aries reading, and some of you Taurus are also waiting for an official decision to come in. Some kind of rendering. It could be a mediation process, like, you know, a decision or discussion process, right? It could even be an official document, maybe even a business document. Oftentimes, justice indicates some kind of official business that comes in to sort of rectify a situation, to bring justice to a situation, or to bring balance to a situation that has clearly become out of balance, right? Coming into this week, though, you have a Queen of Swords, which is a real need to show who you really are, to lay your cards on the table. That's what Queen of Swords is all about. Really showing her true self, cutting away any masks that she may have been hiding behind, or stepping out of any roles that she's assumed, and really showing who she is. It's quite interesting when you have Justice in the Queen of Swords. It can really indicate sort of an official process where everybody has to come clean, right? Or a situation where the rebalancing of that situation has forced people to sort of show their true colors, right? And I think that this is what happens this week, you know, because the result of this rebalancing in your life coming in, and I want to say here, does definitely feel like an official sort of, or business act, event, document, etc., coming in, really forcing you in a way to, you know, face up to who you truly are. And I don't mean face up in a sense that, you know, there's something difficult there, but just to be forcing you to really put all your cards on the table, even if you didn't want to. And by the end of the week, you find yourself having to make a very difficult decision. This almost feels like a mediation process, right? Maybe the mediation agreement has come in, and this week you have the actual mediation, and this would be an example of an event where everybody has to be extremely honest for it to succeed. And of course, coming out of this event, you have this kind of impossible decision. Just remember, though, with Two of Swords, which oftentimes we do see as an impossible decision, it's all about balance. The Two of Swords is all about balance. It's Moon and Libra energy, right? So we already have the Libra card here for Justice. So we have more Libra energy with that Two of Swords. And it's about balance in the sense that, you know, there's always a third decision. You know, when you have two seemingly impossible options, the third decision is always a balance between the two. And there can always be a balance struck in some way. And so that would be the secret in terms of finding the best way forward in this situation. Eight of Cups, Page of Cups. There's the page that I was talking about, Knight of Cups, Nine of Cups. Now earlier, this is what I was talking about with the page. You can see here that the page is actually offering something. Now the fish, of course, is symbolic of life, life itself. And you know, handing a cup with a fish in it is very much symbolic of handing, you know, an option for life, you know, enriched life, an enriched life of love, etc. But it's not an empty cup. And this is what we saw earlier with this Four of Cups, is that this is just an empty cup, whereas what you want is this Page of Cups. Certainly, and here you are, this is what you get. Taurus, some of you have left some shallow relationships behind. You're coming into this week having turned your back on relationships that you're just sick and tired of pouring all your energy into, and you're getting nothing back. You're just done. You know, Eight of Cups is also all about boundaries, putting boundaries in place with people, right? Allowing them not to take every ounce of energy from you, you know, and for what? And for nothing in return. And so you turn your back and you say, look, enough is enough. And you move on, you decide. And Eight of Cups is a very strong card. It's a very intentional sort of, I want to say, kinetic cards. It's a movement that we, you know, it's not just a decision, but it's an action. You know, we take these actions, literally turning our back. You may stop talking to someone. You may stop interacting with them. You may even block them. Right? You may even block them on social media or get rid of them, you know, and it's not done in a hateful or vindictive way. It's simply done in a way of, look, I just don't want your energy in my life anymore. Go on with your life. I wish you all the best, but I personally simply don't want this. I want a higher, deeper level of engagement with people. So you can see the person ascending up the hill in that traditional red garb of wisdom, knowing that all he needs is his walking stick. And there he goes. He's gone. You know, he knows, you know, he doesn't need much, but his conviction, his pride, and his understanding that he has so much to give. Yet at the same time, you know, pearls before swine. There's no point in sort of wasting your energy. Coming into this week, you have a Page of Cups. Somebody wants to give you a token of love. Somebody sees you and they want to offer you more. And Page of Cups is simply that first step. All the pages represent overcoming fear in those suits. So Page of Cups represents very much the overcoming the insecurities of letting somebody know that you have feelings for them or that you'd like something deeper with them. You know, overcoming the fears, the hesitation, the insecurity, and really making that first step forward. But making it, you know, making a real step forward with a real token of your love so that the other person really sees that you care. You round out your week with 9 of Cups. So you go from an 8 and you have a Page of Cups energy coming in and resonates you right up to a 9. And what a beautiful progression. This means that this person, I'm going to say for some of you Taurus, this new person, and this is indeed a new person coming in for you, is making you very happy. I mean, you know, ticking all the boxes. 9 of Cups is the card for simply being happy, contented, satisfied. You know, it's enough, right? Saying yes, it's enough, right? Instead of always saying it's not enough. It's a very, very nice feeling. It is, however, still only happiness and contentment, but it's not necessarily that forward looking towards deeper commitment like marriage or a long-term relationship. But 9 of Cups is very much the happiness that we have right now in the moment, right? We're not talking about future happiness or looking to the future or building even, you know, thinking about building a future. 9 of Cups is all about the happiness that we have right now in this moment. It's very, very nice, and I think it's coming out of a real decision you're making, Taurus, to step away from shallow relationships and only allow those in that are worth coming in. And of course, someone like a Page of Cups who really makes the effort is definitely worth coming in. All right, Taurus, this is your reading February 15th to the 21st. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. Leave me a comment and let me know how you feel about the reading, which reading resonated for you. If you want to have access to your weekly love outlook, this is just a general outlook, but if you want to have access to your weekly love outlook, where I still pull the Romance Angel cards, I pull cards from the Cosmic Tarot deck, which I absolutely adore this deck. And we also pull animal spirits for you for the week. Then you can go ahead and check that out in my membership section. But for right now, guys, I'm just going to say have a wonderful week, Taurus. And I'll see you next week for your weekly general outlook. Bye-bye now.